Good afternoon, traders. It is Wednesday, February 3rd, 2016, and the U.S. stock market is closed. I can't believe just how interesting these stocks have been lately, probably because of the volatility that is being shown. And of course, we tend to do pretty well in volatile markets, and at least so far we've been doing pretty good with this and not getting killed, even though the direction in many of these stocks is just crazy, switches from one thing to another, and we can certainly see this in the Dow. This morning, Dow opens up, very positive, and then immediately, almost immediately, it starts to fall, and it gets pretty darn negative down here. Not sure, I think that's down well over 200 points down here, and then it reverses itself, comes back a little, and then really pushes hard the last 2 hours of the day, ending up 183 points. Now, I do a little analysis here. Hey, if anything's a bull spike, that's a bull spike. That's a classic bull spike down here. So this action that we see the rest of the day is pretty predictable. What's interesting to me is I look at this pattern: higher open, then a bull spike, and then moving much higher. If we come over here and look at the 28th of January, we see exactly the same pattern. Higher open, comes down, does a bull spike, and look what happens after that. We got 3 days of screaming upside Dow, and this is exactly what I'm predicting is going to happen here. Definitely calling it up for tomorrow, and maybe even more follow through on Friday. We'll have to see. I'm not going to get into Friday till I see tomorrow, but definitely I see the Dow going higher tomorrow. Had good day. Our open trade positions from yesterday, we lost a little equity, but we still got out with over $13,000 closed out. So I'm not going to complain about that. That's pretty decent. And we're carrying positive $4,000 going into tomorrow. So that's real good. I mean, just a good solid day. I'll show you some of those individual stocks. This is a nice one. Hey, do you believe in the gaps? This is Degaz, which is inverse natural gas. We bought this gap 2 days ago. Some people look at that gap like that and just say, no way, not going to touch it. It didn't reward us at first at all for the day, but then we had this huge gap up yesterday, and then it started to fade. And boy, I had people emailing me, says, Bob, you going to hang on to this for another day? Degaz is famous for its gaps, and I knew that, and this did look pretty scary. We topped out about 13,000 up here, and it slid back to about 9,000 here. Well, it did gap up a little bit this morning. We got out of here with $11,000. $11,000. So only a couple $1,000 below the high. We did pretty well on that. Got to follow the system. It doesn't always work, but we got to follow the system. It worked really good in this inverse natural gas. I'll show you a couple of the trades we got into today. We did not get into anything screaming and beautiful like Degaz. but this is Anacor Pharmaceuticals. We bought this thing, you know, with 90 minutes ago or so today. We're holding positive about $2,000 in Anacor Pharmaceuticals. And finally, I'll show you Sibanye Gold. We got into this, you know, midday, a little earlier than midday, and it just kept going very nicely. But what I like is this thing closed absolutely on its high, absolutely on high. We're holding $1,500 in that positive, so that could be a good trade too. Anyway, really good day, solid day. I'm very happy. This is Trader Bob signing off. I'll see you tomorrow on Thursday.